Ella! Yeah! Come on. Ella. Ella. They won't ask any questions. Best keep out of sight. Yeah! Come on.
Ah, I could hear your footsteps. Welcome back.
You did say Mount Aigyatos, didn't you?
You sound like you know that place. I have heard tales of its appetites. They say the mountain feeds on the suffering of Spartans, so the people there offer their own children to the mountain god for sacrifice.
That's not exactly right. I've seen Kefalonia, from the statue of Zeus.
Tell me, is it still a place of great beauty?
Its people are the happiest in all the Greek world. They sing and dance into the night, with full bellies and full hearts.
That isn't how it was described to me at all. The tales go that its lands are among the world's most beautiful, and its people among the most pitiful.
Okay, I've told you what I remember. Now tell me about yourself. What's a Persian doing here?
Persia and the Greek world are doomed to be opposites. In times of prosperity here, Persians always seem to suffer. And when you're at war with yourselves...
Persians know peace?
Indeed. My people prospered after King Xerxes was murdered. All except for me. A man tried to kill me with poison, which is how I lost my sight. I fled and arrived here.
I find it hard to believe anyone would want you dead.
You're very kind. Tell me another tale, then I'll tell you more of my past.
You'll be glad to know I've been to the statue of Athena at the Acropolis.
Ah, if only I could have been there to feel your presence. Would you describe her to me?
If Athens is a city of statues, then Athena is their guardian. She stands high above everything, on guard over the city.
Yes, not just standing tall to protect Athens, but to serve as a reminder of the suffering those poor people endured during the invasion.
Your turn to tell me something. You said a man tried to kill you.
The man who rose up to kill the tyrant Xerxes was named Darius. He was of a new creed of killers, unlike any Persia had known. He was also the man hired to kill me.
A killer of kings, hired to kill a simple blind man. Why?
I have your interest, do I? Tell another tale, and I will too.
I've traveled to the Acrocorinth. From there, I could see all of Corinthia.
Ah, I can only wonder at what the worshippers of Aphrodite do to pay her tribute.
The Etera keep the spirit of Aphrodite alive, usually well into the night.
Exactly as your goddess deserves. When I was younger, I'd lie awake dreaming of what it would be like to go. Worship, of course.
Now that's out of the way, you owe me a tale. You said the king killer Darius was hired to kill you too?
He was. By my brother.
Your brother? None of this is making any sense, old man.
I trust you, so I will tell you. My brother and I are the last living sons of King Xerxes.
Impossible. That would make you a king.
I was. My name was Artaxerxes. I guided Persia through a time of peace. But my brother wanted the throne and plotted my death. Now, I hide here, exiled, living the life of a simple beggar. I will tell you more. But first...
Yes, yes, a tale for a tale. I returned to Mount Aegatos.
Returned? Tell me, did you meet the mountain god who devours Spartan children?
The mountain is just a mountain, like any other. What makes Taygetos a place of suffering is the people there.
That is true of all the world's worst places.
When I was a child...
I could tell from the moment I met you that you carried the burden of suffering. Let it stay in the past.
Now you tell me, King Artaxerxes, how can I believe your story? You don't exactly look like royalty.
Well, that's the point. I am hiding.
Show me proof.
I could. You see, I knew a man named Themistokles.
The Athenian general. I heard stories about him being ostracized from Athens.
Over petty politics. He came to Persia to me, looking for refuge. I was king, but only a boy. He spent his days learning Persian and telling me stories of his home. Places like the Acrocorinth, Mount Aegatos.
The places you wished you could see.
I loved the tales and loved Themistokles like a father. He was kinder to me than Xerxes ever was. Tell me one last tale, and I'll tell you why he hid his treasure.
What do you remember about this armored bird in Arcadia?
There's a beast made of armor, jutting out from the mountainside, overlooking Lake Stymphalos and the undulating fields, stretching like waves on a golden sea all across Arcadia.
If you'd like to hear about the bird, I could describe it to you.
Nothing would make me happier.
The great bird with metal feathers attacked me. I fought it off with my bare hands.
Ah, you did? So you fought it just like Heracles? I'd heard the statue was built to guard a place of chaos and calm.
So, I've been to the 5 places Themistokles told you about in his tales.
For that, my soul will be eternally grateful. As for my tale, Themistokles died peacefully in Persia, as one of us. I promise him I'd see the places he told me about. His stories will live on in me. And now you.
And what of your story?
I let the people believe Darius succeeded in killing me, so I could escape.
Artaxerxes, there's something else you should know.
Yes?
My grandfather was Leonidas of Sparta.
That means...
Your father, King Xerxes, killed my grandfather.
Then you're bound by blood to avenge him.
Artaxerxes, false king! These Mythios led me right to you. Time to finish what I started.
Alexios, please!
Stand behind me. Artaxerxes, are you hurt?
Despite being bound by honor to avenge Leonidas, you saved me. Thank you.
I had no choice. That man wanted you dead. Must have been another one of your executioners.
It was. If he doesn't return to Persia, my brother will send another, then another. It's time this old man accepts his fate.
You're a brave man, Artaxerxes.
A trait I learned from Themistokles. Now, as for you, I owe you payment.
Well, I did save your life, and I went on an adventure for you, Your Highness.
You did. Though much of what you said is not how I remember Themistokles telling it.
Things change?
Ah, we approve of that, aren't we? Now, for Themistokles' treasure, find the tomb in Salamis where he made his triumphant stand against my father's navy. That's where your reward awaits.
Themistokles' treasure is in Salamis. I wonder what it could be. No, it's got... Must not burn through. Shit! Close up now!
We can pull away again after the rowers catch their breath.
Get
Come
that
under
sail
away.
up! There it is. They'll keep a sharp watch here. The tomb that Artaxerxes mentioned. It's real.
Here there is a ship coming into a nearby port soon. Supposed to be arrived for the picnic.
Right.
Sure it'd be a tough job, but imagine the reward. We'd be set.
She's in my sight! Don't think you can get away from me! I've seen hogs fight better than you! They're getting away! You fight like a drunken goat! Can't escape your fate!